Hello, and welcome back to another episode that I forgot to turn the microphone on. Since we're both watching this together, and I don't remember what my thought process was while doing this episode, I'm just gonna talk for a little bit. And I guess one of the big things that I really wanted to talk about right now is E3. E3 this year was... I think it was a bit of a mixed bag for all of us. There was some really good stuff that I think we're all really excited for. And some other stuff that really pissed us off. And I'm going to talk about the things that I was excited for first. You know, start things off nice and then I can talk shit later. So... the first thing that got me really excited was, of course, Cyberpunk 2077. Just because, well, some of you may know that I've been running a D&D game for the last little while. If you've if you've been paying attention to, or if you watched the Halo playthrough, then you'd know that Angus is a player of that campaign. And Cyberpunk 2077 is, it's really, like, it's almost accidentally reminiscent of my actual campaign. My campaign is set in its own universe. It's not really based on anything. It's kind of like a hodgepodge of all kinds of things. Like, you know, it's aesthetically like Tron or Blade Runner or, you know, even a little bit of Cowboy Bebop in there. And it's, you know, it's really interesting, at least for me, to see how, especially because CD Projekt Red, I haven't played The Witcher at all. I mean to. Like, it's been on my my video game shelf forever. I just I haven't got around to it because, you know, I barely have any time anymore. So what was I saying? Yeah, so apart from the obvious, like, I fucking love Keanu Reeves. I think everyone who knows me knows that. And it's just really exciting. I'm such a sucker for first-person shooters, especially first-person shooters that just, you know, do things a little differently. I think it's a really unique thing for an FPS to do something that, you know, that we haven't really seen before. And the hype that is surrounding it, I'm, you know, after being stung by, like, Halo 5 and all the, like, the media that was going crazy for Halo 5, and then it turned out to be just awful. I don't want to be stung again. But looking at the gameplay trailers that have been released around, or rather of Cyberpunk, it's just getting me more excited. Like, it looks fantastic. The character creation that I've seen looks really detailed. And you know I love me some character creation. So yeah. Like Cyberpunk, Keanu Reeves, like, it's perfect for my aesthetic and tastes. And I really just I cannot wait. Ooh. The other thing that I'm very excited about is Doom Eternal. Obviously, I was actually playing Doom for the channel, and I wanted to crank the volume because the soundtrack for Doom is fucking phenomenal. And I really wanted to crank the volume to make it seem like as visceral as it was. And it just made it completely unlistenable. So I'll probably try that again at some stage, but for now, and I might actually play through it for the channel in the lead up to Doom Eternal coming out. But Doom Eternal looks fucking amazing. It looks like so much of what I love about Doom and modern shooters. Like, modern shooters and Doom, like, are very different things. You know, Doom is all about, you know, staying mobile and action over realism, which is really important. Oops, that was... What was I doing there? I think I was trying to get that grapple point and then I just gave up, apparently. So... yeah, I'm really excited for Doom. There seems to be a lot more emphasis on some sort of melee system, which is interesting. Like, there's a whole bunch of, like, you know, there's a whole bunch of energy weapons. Like, there was an axe that I saw. I imagine they're bringing back the chainsaw and the glory kills and stuff. The glory kills themselves look like really a lot more brutal than they were in not the original Doom, but the original, you know, 2016 Doom. And it also seems like there's a lot more variety for it, which is always good. The energy sword, like, when, you know, the first trailer that they showed for Doom Eternal, like, way back when, and everyone lost their fucking minds, when he basically clenched his fist and a fucking energy sword came out from his arm. That was so fucking cool, and I cannot wait to be able to do that. Yeah, Doom. Fuck, excuse me. So, yeah, that's just, yeah, I love Doom. This E3 especially was really good for FPSs. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that Halo Infinite won't be bad. Wow, look at that. That was horrible. Yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that Halo Infinite won't be bad. You know, they're building an entire new engine for it. I really hope that it'll be something really special. And here is my least favorite mini-boss. Look at this. Halo Infinite, we didn't get any, just look at that. This guy literally wrecks me for about 40 fucking minutes. Thankfully, you're only going to be able to see the deaths. And, not me screaming for the half an hour. So, while that happens, let's just talk about Halo. So I never actually finished Halo 5. I got a fair chunk in. I think I got about 2/3 in, and then there was a mission that was like, you know, it wasn't Halo anymore. It was like Fallout. And that would be okay if I was playing Fallout, but it's not. And where am I going? Anyway, while I do whatever the fuck is happening here. Yeah, so there was a mission in fucking quotes that required you to go around and talk to people in the base. And I put the controller down and I said no. I'm done. I'm not playing Halo to sit around and talk to people. The story seemed interesting. You know, I can't remember the fucking silver Master Chief who's black. Like, you know, there's... Okay. I said that wrong. The Silver Master Chief who's black was like, you know, the defining characteristics of that character whose name I can't remember. It wasn't supposed to be like a dig on... Wow. Is that like really echoey for you guys too? I hope it's not. Anyway, I'll just keep talking. So, yeah, because the rest of that audio isn't echoey at all. That's very strange. Oh, maybe it is a little echoey. Anyway, I'll just keep going. It's probably because I have the yeah. So if I muted the actual game audio on the capture, then it'd be fine. So yeah, this is just me progressing. What's his name's side quest? It's not important. Halo. Yeah. So talking to a whole bunch of people in a base, and I was just like, no. Up to that point, it had been okay. You know, not many new enemies, not much escalation, even, and I don't remember the plot at all. It was probably something to do with saving Cortana, because, of course, and that's genuinely all I remember. But Halo Infinite, I think what I'll do is I'll watch the cutscenes for Halo 5, because that will give me most of the story. Or maybe I'll just like watch a breakdown video of the story or something. Because it's genuinely not worth it to me. Oh yeah. Yeah. Because I kept fucking dying on something that I can't remember, and Kotaro got the dragon rot, which was annoying, so I had to go back to the fucking... Look at me fucking screw this up. God, that's embarrassing. Yeah, so now I just decide to go down and... no, never mind. I can't believe I didn't cut that out. Halo. Yeah, I'll watch like a breakdown video or something, because it's honestly the amount of time and effort that would go into playing Halo 5 again, and also money, because I traded it in. Like, it's literally the only Halo that I don't own because it was that bad. And then... yeah, so I'll watch the breakdown video just to be like caught up on the story. But it really seems like Halo Infinite is going to be its own thing, which is really important, I think. Yeah, it's really important that they took the criticism that Halo 5 rightly got, and they make something better. And the new engine, of course, is part of that, but it's not, you know, if they make a shit game with a good engine, it's still a shit game. You know what I mean? Like, even the simplest of concepts, like running, jumping, and hitting things, like the messenger. The messenger is a perfect example of a very simple concept taken to the next level because of really good game design. And, you know, so you can have a really good, a really, like, new and advanced concept, but if the game sucks, then it doesn't matter. So, that's kind of my thoughts on it. If they're building a new engine that's supposed to be like the backbone of the next generation, then fuck yes, that sounds awesome. The problem is, they still need to make a good game. And we didn't really get to see any of Halo Infinite in action. You know, we got given a cutscene that was a follow-up to a plotline that I have no idea about, and that's it. So, I imagine that... Yeah, so... What did they say? Microsoft announced that Halo Infinite was going to come with Project Scarlet's release. Which is good if Project Scarlet is still a while away. I imagine that it would be. Xbox One X came out, what, last year? Or maybe even this year. It's honestly, I don't know. So, keeping that in mind, they have plenty of time to develop this. Plenty of time to take on the criticism that they got and make a revitalization of the Halo franchise. And that's really important to me, because Halo is really important to me. Yeah. So, excited, but still very cautious about that. Now, what I want to talk about is something that, you know, everyone has fucking been talking about, but, you know, I need to have my 2 cents on this because, you know, this is also a franchise that is very close to my heart. My first ever video game was Pokemon Blue, and now that I have name dropped that, you know what I need to talk about, and it's Pokemon Sword and Shield. So, the more we hear about Sword and Shield, the more disappointed I get. And that's really sad for me. So, what we need to consider here is that Game Freak has been making Pokemon games for over 20 years. You know, they've been making games for, what is it, 23 years, I think? Something like that. No. Yeah, 23 years. I was going to say 21, but 21 was when it released in Australia. So I got Pokemon Blue when I was about 5. With a Game Boy Color and a whole bunch of really interesting things. This is just me skipping back through and trying to figure out the way to go. So, yeah, because I never actually finished the Hirata Estate, and if you've been following this series very closely, then you'd know that I just kind of stopped here and gave up because I wasn't really paying attention. So, what disappoints me most about, the whole controversy around Sword and Shield, and it is a controversy. For better or worse, a lot of people are talking about it, and it's getting a lot of attention. And Sword and Shield, to me, is Game Freak giving up. They've been doing this for over 20 years, and I think they're just done. But instead of just being done with it, they have to milk it just a little bit more, and that's really disappointing. Like they've said publicly now that their main priority is not the Pokemon series anymore. And that, giving up on their biggest moneymaker is not only a stupid business decision, it's like... Okay, it's a stupid business decision. I don't think it's a stupid creative decision. If you make one thing for 20 years, then obviously it's going to stagnate a little bit. And if it stagnates, then you're in trouble, because people are going to pick up on that. The problem is that they came up with essentially gimmicks to keep the series fresh, and it just made people angry. And I think what we need to consider now is that we can't have, especially because, and I'm gonna talk about Pokemon for a long time here, so strap in. Especially because they took a risk with Black and White. They made a really narrative-driven Pokemon game. And that's something that they're not used to doing. And a lot of people, it's become a cult classic. A lot of people really love Black and White. I don't. I'm just kind of meh on it. I think if I played it now, then I might enjoy it more. Especially because they really tried something different with it. Ooh, jeez. They really tried something different with the Pokemon formula. And unfortunately it backfired. It sold like the worst. It was horrible. Wow, that's a weird cut. Oh, this is me, yeah. So, unfortunately, it backfired. They went, well, people don't want creative Pokemon games, they just want the same shit that we've been putting out for 20 years. Or it would have been about 18 by that point. Well, maybe not. Maybe 15. So, they just want the same thing that we've been putting out for 15 years. So, I guess we just won't try. And then with Gen 6, they really didn't try. They introduced a cool mechanic, or at least I thought it was really cool. I love Mega Evolution. I thought, redesigning a lot of new... a lot of designs that were lacking in the previous... Wow. That's just me getting fucked there. A lot of designs that were lacking in previous generations or underpowered Pokemon got revitalization. And that was really, really awesome. Especially Beedrill. Mega Beedrill is one of my favorite Pokemon ever. It looks amazing, and they just fucking abandoned it in Gen 7. It drives me insane that so many unappreciated Pokemon previously were able to have the attention that they deserved, or maybe not that they deserved because their designs weren't up to scratch, and then they got their designs up to scratch, and then they got the attention that they deserved. You know what I mean? Like, Beedrill was, like, without a doubt, one of the worst Pokemon that you could use. And then, with one Mega Evolution, you know, one extra mechanic became an absolute powerhouse. Like, it's really irritating for me that they could go back on this thing that essentially balanced Pokemon in a way that they hadn't done before. You know, they always considered, okay, well, this Pokemon is really popular, so we'll just make it big and then it'll be interesting. Or, you know, like there's so many, and now we have the laziest gimmick of all, which is Dynamax. Dynamax is, in concept, not bad. I really like the idea of co-op Pokemon. You know, because we've always had, we can have trainer battles and we can do all this and we can do all that, but we've never had, I can be in a battle with my friends and catch something really cool. We've never had that before, and the Dynamax raid system is a really cool way to encourage more of, like, a team aspect to Pokemon, which hasn't been there before. But the execution is just so fucking lazy. The execution of most of the things that are happening in Sword and Shield are just really lazy to me. The assets look okay. The new Pokemon designs that we've seen so far look okay. I really like the, what's it called? I can't even remember what it's called. I think that's very telling. What's dying over there? It's interesting. Anyway, so I really like the, like, snapping turtle thing. I think that's really cool. Wooloo is adorable. But, like, the more we get sucked into, especially because Pokemon themselves have fallen into this hype train bullshit about Wooloo being adorable, and so everyone loves it now. You know, like, if you follow the Pokemon Instagram, then you'll see that they have been hyping up Wooloo like every day. Like every Monday is, oh wow, you know, Wooloo's really cute, he believes in you or something. Like, it's just dumb and it drives me insane. It's just the assets look okay. They look like higher poly versions of the 3DS assets. The original, or like the previous Pokemon models, seem to be ripped straight out of the 3DS titles. That's okay. Like, the battle animations are what really do it for me. Like, you know, we got shown the Dynamax the Dynamax battle, and it was really cool. Like seeing the strategies that people were coming up with for what's it called? The you know, the Dynamax battle and who was gonna choose to Dynamax because only one person can do it. Like that's really cool. Like it gives a layer of strategy to something that hasn't really had it. You know, competitive has always had strategy, but it's never been like, you know, cooperative. It's not been about a team thing. It's been about, are you but the battle animations looked horrendous. They barely looked like animations at all, and that's what has really made me so upset. And you know, I could talk all day about you know, the national decks not being there. I don't hold as much of a stake in it as other people, only because I know that my favorite Pokemon is going to be in the game. And that's really selfish. Oh yeah, this bit. So I activate this guy. I see him run in. Oh wait. Yep. So he gets activated. And now he's dead. I was just like, okay, thanks for distracting the boss while I get rid of the ads. And then he's dead. Oops. And there he goes. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, sorry, I got distracted by that. Yeah, Chuzo honestly isn't so bad. He just hurts. The battle animations are so low effort. Like, to the point where I thought that there was a glitch where there was no battle animation for one of the moves that was done. Like, it was honestly infuriating. Wow, holy shit. It drove me insane. Like, I was so angry because, you know, it's the next gen fucking Pokemon game. It's the first Pokemon game to be on a home console, and they fucked it. It is so low effort, and it's really upsetting. You know, because, and I know that, you know, this is a game for kids and I shouldn't really be upset about it, but, you know, a lot of people have a very, you know, special place in their heart for Pokemon. Like, it's not just me, and you can't, I don't think you can make the claim that it's just a kids game anymore. You know, because they cater to the nostalgia crowd every generation now. And it's, look at this. Look at me fucking school this guy. Oh, damn. It's just, it's really upsetting. And, you know, we can, the only thing that we can do is make our voices heard. You know what I mean? Like, the only thing that we can do is that we can be loud and obnoxious to Game Freak so that they will put in the effort that is required. Not is, like, how did this guy not see me? There we go. It's, you know, for one of the most lucrative franchises in the world, you know, Pokemon is a money printer. It's absolutely insane. And in the amount of ignorance that went into it is just offensive. And I think this is where okay, the episode's still going for a little bit more, so I just need to cool down for a little bit. I've been talking about Sword and Shield for a little bit. What else? I've been talking about Sword and Shield for a long time. Let's talk about something that I'm excited for again. So, one thing that really got me excited is the free LC for the Messenger. The Messenger is getting a free expansion, which is absolutely amazing. That, you know, like, Devolver has a really good track record, at least with me, has a really good track record with, you know, putting out awesome games that, you know, they'll either have a really good sequel or they're just, you know, Devolver are just fantastic. And they're really funny. The E3, like, the Devolver Cinematic Universe, as I think I saw someone call it, was, like, it was so fucking funny this year. It was absolutely hilarious. And really, like, unnerving. So, here we go. Oh, that's Kuro. Look. Yeah, that's me checking all my shit. So, the Messenger. A nice change of pace from the kind of bleak tone that the main game has. And, you know, it just seems like it's a good expansion to the base game. That's all it is. It just looks nice. It looks fun. I really like the beach aesthetic, but I'm always a sucker for the beaches. Get it? Beach levels are amazing. It doesn't matter what game it is. I love it. So I think the more good games keep coming out, I think the less I'm able to tolerate the bad ones. You know, because the video game industry has been around for a long time now, since the 80s. The early 80s was the beginning of the, you know, the home console with the NES. And so we had lots of ooh. That wasn't nice. Fuck me, I did bad. We've still got how long have we got? Like 2 minutes? So I guess I should start wrapping up. I'll probably talk about this more in the next episode because I also forgot to hit the record button or the commentary button for that one as well. So I'll keep talking about this in the next one too. You know, because I don't think it's only for me. I think that, you know, video games are an important topic to a whole bunch of people, and it merits discussion. So yeah, just, you know, watch me fucking get my ass kicked by Lady Butterfly. And yeah, it's, you know, it's nice in the like the Let's Play episodes. It's really hard for me to maintain like a constant stream of thought because you know, I have to focus on the game as well. So it's just nice to just sit down. You know, this is my gameplay, and God, just getting fucked by that sweep. It's just nice to have this gameplay and just sit down and talk. So, yep, as you can see, that's it. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.